Down to inside the 5. Colonels will have the ball deep in their own territory after another booming punt from Wilson Berry. His third punt of the day, over 50 yards. He's done his part.
Yeah, he's definitely done his part. And we talk about flipping the field. The best special teamer for a defense is always the punter. Why? Because of what we've been seeing. And now if you're a Kentucky defense coming back out, you want to do the same things that you did in the last 3 drives. Fumble, force the fumble, recover the fumble, interception, and then also controlling sudden change on a field goal attempt and not allowing for it to go through.
Shotgun formation standing in the paint of the Kentucky end zone. Quick give is to Joshua Carter, falling forward for a few. So we're inside 4 minutes. The last time Kentucky was held scoreless at home was back against the Georgia Bulldogs, right? The team who won the title, and that was at home in November of 22 last season. Colonels will play it safe. Carter says, hang on there. We're not done yet. 7-yard gain, wrapped up by Wallace.
Eastern Kentucky understands the significance of what this drives mean. They're not in a hurry to run the clock, but they're not in a hurry to run a play. They want to get into halftime, going in with the 7-0 lead. I would be very surprised if they pass the ball right here.
3rd and 1. You called it, but it's McKinney weaving his way to a first down and more. Finally driven to the turf by Wallace. Picks up 10 and an essential first down.
Just reading all of the clips, trying to find out what makes Parker McKinney so special. He has a little wiggle to him that most people don't expect. And his offensive lineman, Josiah Ezerum, talked about, like, that's the reason why we want to run through a brick wall for him. He is relentless.
Wow, bearing down like a heat-seeking missile is Trevor Wallace, the reigning SEC Defensive Player of the Week.
Great call. Loving what Brad Jackson is doing, Brad White is doing, defensive coordinator. And I'm not even sure if Trevor Wallace was called on the blitz on that one. It looks as if he just saw the offensive line just opened up, and he was like, I see something, and I got to go and get it.
Well, we can take people behind the curtain, too. He talked about yesterday, and so have the coaches, De'Aaron Jackson, playing alongside him at linebacker, is one of his best friends. And sometimes Jackson will cue him up and say, hey, here's what's coming, and he will come. There is his wife, by the way, Alani Wallace, his daughter.
Yeah.
He told us that. That is his motivation.
Beautiful family, Trevor. Beautiful family. And he was like, it's hard, but every day, this is my why. Why I'm going to go out and make the plays, regardless of how hard it may be.
Really fantastic young kid. Great to talk with him yesterday. 2nd and long. Colonels will keep it on the ground. Joshua Carter will keep moving forward. 5-yard gain. Clock continues to run. Kentucky, will they burn their last timeout?
Timeout.
Yes, they will.
Kentucky, 3rd and final timeout of the half. It's a 30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute, 29 seconds.
All right, so what are you dialing up here if you're Brad White?
Well, if you're Brad White, you got to know that Eastern Kentucky, they're just trying to get into the locker room at halftime. I'm not going to, you can put your corners on the island. For what? Just go ahead, let them run the ball, tackle it, and then hopefully you get the ball back to your offense with enough time to be able to push the ball downfield. Worst case scenario, you come out with 3 points. Or best case scenario, that's what you want to do.
And you can feel good about this front 7 getting after it. Probably one of the most athletic front 7 groups that Coach Mark Stoops has had since arriving in Kentucky 11 years ago. And thanks in part to this guy, Coach Wallace. Coach White, rather, excuse me.
think worst case scenario, he may. Eastern is coming out, spread out. I think this is going to be a run in the inside. Let's see what happens.
Possible the ball won't leave Parker McKinney's hands. And it doesn't. Thrown down to the turf. J.J. Weaver makes quick work of him.
It makes sense. I knew Eastern wasn't going to take the risk of putting the ball in the air with the turnover. And you talked about the defensive line. Deion Walker, all of these guys, Octavius Oxendine, they are relentless.
Marion Brown is deep. The last thing they want to do is get the ball to him. Coach Wells said they were going to kidnap him and keep him off kick returns. He is running free now.
They should have kidnapped him.
Across the 25. Wildcats in business. 40-yard return.
I don't know why would you kick it to him, because this guy is electric, had a 99-yard kickoff return last week. And this is not by accident, this is what he does. Now, if you're Kentucky, Pete, what's important is you have 48 seconds on the clock. You get a first down, the clock will stop. But what will the ideal thing is, the worst case scenario, walk out of here with 3 points before the half. Best thing, touchdown. Let's see what Devin Leary does in order to get that done.
Leary launches it to the left side. Touchdown Robinson, 24 yards.
Talk about taking a shot, Devin Leary. Way to fight back, young man.
And the crowd here at Kroger Field, 60,000 strong, has been brought back to life. We talk about winning sudden change. The Wildcats and Coach Liam Cohen did that right there in front of our eyes.
That was big time. That was big time. All of the fans that came here inside of the stadium today, this is what they were expecting to see. Play action fake, and you can tell he saw the one-on-one opportunity, and he just put it in a bucket in the back of the end zone that allowed his receiver, Tavion Robinson, to come down with it. Perfect ball placement. The DB thought he was good, and Leary loved it.
The transfer. He did need it. Came to Kentucky in February of 2023. Looking like he is right at home there after the strike to Tavion Robinson.
And quiet as kept, Tavion Robinson is having a nice game. 3 catches, 49 yards. A touchdown to add with that. 3 targets. He's catching everything Devin is putting out there.
And it all started with special teams. And Marion Brown with that big return up the sideline, igniting this team, this offense, and this crowd.
I bet you Coach Wells he's going to have a stern talk with his special teams coordinator for kicking it to Marion Brown.
Literally, he told the media that in his big press conference on Tuesday, and Coach Wells told us that. Said he was going to kidnap Marion Brown, has not done it. And how exciting was that? Brown coming down the sideline, and you got to love players and the energy. Of course you do, right? 15 years in the NFL, but pointing to the end zone that he was going to take it to the house, the crowd loved it. Of course, Coach Wells did not.
Yeah, and when you have that type of threat as a returner, like, your teammates will do whatever they possibly can do. Extra blocks, they will finish guys. They will make sure they will run all the way into the whistle to ensure that you have every opportunity to score.
Colonels will get the kick in the second half. Oof. 5 penalties for 45 yards in the first half for Kentucky.
Offside. Defense number 92. The movement by the defense caused the offense to react. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Call it 6 now. Khalil Saunders offsides.
Khalil is having a rough first half. Got the personal foul earlier. Now jumping offside with 42 seconds left. You got to be smarter than that.
Carter running downhill. Close to a first down. Just shy. Jordan Lovett on the tackle.
Yeah, Jordan Lovett, he allowed the defensive line just to clear everything out, jumped in. Nice job of being able to jump in and make that tackle like that. They're going to pretty much just run this down to the half. But who would have ever thought Eastern Kentucky would go into halftime tied with Kentucky?
What's the mindset for the Wildcats heading into the locker room, locked in a 7-7 tie?
I think defensively, let's start there first. Hey, guys, we've been doing everything what we wanted to do as far as the last 4 drives of the game. It's some things they need to clean up penalty-wise. Offensively, it's important for them. They got to get into a rhythm. Devin Leary, he did that finishing the half. So let's see, can they keep that up coming out for the second half?
A big first half for the Colonels. Wildcats punch back. We are tied at halftime. Stats and highlights coming up. 7-7 tie.
Fazy is a name synonymous with fine rugs, and at Mathis Home, we're proud to host a trunk show for some of their finest pieces. Come find a rug like no other and save up to 40% off these timeless handmade works of art. These one-only designs are available on a first-come, first-served basis at prices normally reserved to professional interior designers. Save up to 40% off the most beautiful rugs in the world at the Fazy Trunk Show, going on now at Mathis Home.
180! 180!
Hello, Patrick Mahomes.
Wait, who do you even play for?
T-Mobile. And I'm here to protect you from wireless companies that blitz you with phone deals that sack you with a 3-year device contract.
Even I can get sacked?
Not at T-Mobile. They have plans that make upgrades work for you. They even have a plan which makes you upgrade ready every year.
Thanks, Ben. Now can I do the thing?
Do the thing. Excellent.
Take charge of your upgrades with our Best Go 5G plans at T-Mobile.
Let's have a huddle.
You don't know what huddle is, do you?
No.
This is not just a shot. This is wellness made easy for those who've got plans. Get your flu shot and other vaccines in one trip. Schedule online today.
For over 115 years, parents have turned to Boar's Head to craft exceptional lunches. With the flavors your kids love and the uncompromising quality you expect. At Boar's Head, we put extra care into everything we make, cutting crusts, not corners. Because your little ones always deserve the best. Ring the bell. The deli is open. Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
How white do you think your teeth really are? Let's try the tissue test. Ugh, still yellow. Obviously, whitening toothpaste can only do so much.
That's because there's toothpaste white and there's Crest 3D White Strips White. Whitening toothpaste only works on the surface, but Crest 3D White Strips safely work below the enamel surface, whitening like a $400 professional treatment.
So much whiter.
The #1 teeth whitening brand in America. Crest. And try Crest Whitening Emulsions for daily whitening with virtually no sensitivity.
Welcome into the SEC Halftime Report. Dari, Doring, and Watson with you here as we've got a ton of big games still to be played. On this particular Saturday night, you look at the schedule, you see Alabama, Texas. Certainly that's the headline, and more on that in just a moment. But Missouri's at home, LSU, Florida trying to bounce back at home. An interesting matchup, right? The SEC Network with Arizona, Mississippi State. But yes, the big one is in T-Town.
this is going to be a good barometer for us to find out, where are we as a team?
We can't get caught up thinking we're going to play all 17 teams that Coach Saban's had the last 17 years. We're playing the 2023 Alabama football team.
He may be the most explosive player on this roster, and he just showed why. It is gone! Touchdown, Texas! History will be on display Saturday night.
Yeah, that's the one the country is waiting for tonight. Alabama at home.